Hello everyone, I am Maria, facilitator at Rahan School Online Academy. I am here with another amazing live session with vapi.
Um,
And
I think you meant
today,
vapi, but no
yes,
word.
today our topic is
Okay,
unveiling the supernatural. So, without wasting time, we continue our conversation.
absolutely. Let's dive right into the supernatural.
How do you define the term supernatural?
The supernatural refers to phenomena that are beyond the laws of nature or science, often associated with the mystical, paranormal, or unexplainable. It's like the X Files, but without the catchy theme music.
What are most common beliefs surrounding supernatural across different cultures?
Well, different cultures have their own unique supernatural beliefs, but some common themes include spirits, ghosts, mythical creatures, and magical powers. For example, you've got the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland, the Chupacabra in Latin America, and the Yeti in the Himalayas. It's like a global paranormal party.
How has concept of supernatural evolved over time?
Absolutely. The concept of the supernatural has evolved over time as societies and belief systems have changed. What was once seen as supernatural may now have a scientific explanation, or what was once accepted as natural may now be considered supernatural.
Do you
It's like
think
a game of belief system musical chairs.
Okay, do you think supernatural phenomena are more psychological than physical?
Well, it's a bit of both. There's the psychological aspect, like people's perceptions and beliefs shaping their experiences. But then there are also unexplained physical phenomena that can't be easily dismissed dots like a spooky mix of mind and matter.
What role does supernatural play in modern society?
In modern society, the supernatural still plays a role in entertainment, folklore, and even some religious and spiritual beliefs. It's like a lingering mystery that adds a bit of excitement and wonder to our lives. Plus, it makes for some great TV shows and movies.
How do you distinguish between supernatural and unexplained?
Well, the supernatural refers to things outside the laws of nature, while a blend is just a mix of different things. So, I guess you could say the supernatural is like the wild card in the deck of reality, while a blend is just like mixing different flavors together.
How do religions around the world incorporate supernatural elements into their belief?
Religions around the world often incorporate supernatural elements into their beliefs through the concept of deities, spirits, miracles, and divine intervention. These supernatural elements add a sense of mystery, awe, and faith to religious practices. It's like adding a little sprinkle of magic to the spiritual mix.
That's amazing. Now we move forward to our next question.
Glad you think so.
What are common symbols
All right.
associated with supernatural?
Common symbols associated with the supernatural include things like pentagrams, Ouija boards, black cats, full moons, and mystical sigils. It's like a spooky scavenger hunt for the paranormal.
How does folklore contribute to our understanding of supernatural?
Folklore contributes to our understanding of the supernatural by passing down stories, legends, and traditions that are rooted in the mysterious and unexplainable. It's like a cultural library of spooky tales that adds depth to our supernatural knowledge.
Can science and supernatural coexist? Are they inherently opposed?
Well, they do seem to be like oil and water at first glance. But some people believe that science and the supernatural can coexist, with science explaining the natural world and the supernatural encompassing the unexplained or metaphysical. It's like a cosmic dance between the known and the unknown.
That's a great answer. Have you ever had a supernatural experience?
Glad to hear
If
that you.
so, what happened?
I'm just an AI, so I don't have personal experiences. But I've heard some spooky stories from users like strange sounds, eerie feelings, and unexplained occurrences.
What
It's like listening to a virtual campfire tale.
Okay, now we move forward.
Well, I mean,
Yes,
I
we move forward to our next question. What are some of most famous supernatural occurrences reported in history?
There are plenty of famous supernatural occurrences reported in history, like the Salem witch trials, the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, the haunted Amityville house, and the Loch Ness monster sightings. It's like a greatest hits album of the paranormal.
Why do people often report feeling a sense of unease or fear while discussing the supernatural?
Well, the supernatural often taps into our primal fears of the unknown and the unexplainable. It's like shining a light on the dark corners of our imagination, triggering that fight or flight response. So it's natural for people to feel a bit uneasy or scared when delving into the supernatural.
How do skeptics explain supernatural
Hey,
experience?
skeptics often explain supernatural experiences as a result of psychological factors, misinterpretation of natural events, or simply hoaxes and fabrications. It's like they bring a healthy dose of doubt to the table, questioning the validity of supernatural claims.
What role does initiation play in perceiving supernatural?
Our perception of the supernatural is heavily influenced by our cognition and cultural beliefs. It's like our brains are wired to seek patterns and meaning in the unknown, which can lead us to interpret things as supernatural. Our intuition also plays a role in how we make sense of mysterious phenomena.
How do some people believe in supernatural while others dismiss it?
Well, belief in the supernatural often comes down to individual experiences, cultural upbringing, and personal beliefs. Some people may have had unexplained encounters that solidify their beliefs, while others may rely solely on scientific explanations and empirical evidence. It's like a choose your own adventure book of belief systems.
How do cultural background influence on one's belief in supernatural?
Cultural background plays a significant role in shaping one's belief in the supernatural. Different cultures have their own folklore, traditions, and superstitions that influence how individuals perceive and interpret supernatural phenomena. It's like a ghostly fingerprint on our belief systems.
How do cultural background influence one's belief in the supernatural?
Cultural background plays a significant role in shaping one's belief in the supernatural. Different cultures have their own folklore, traditions, and superstitions that influence how individuals perceive and interpret supernatural phenomena. It's like a ghostly fingerprint on our belief systems.
What are some common signs people associate with supernatural presence?
Common signs of a supernatural presence can include unexplained noises, sudden changes in temperature, objects moving on their own, and the feeling of being watched. It's like a spooky checklist of paranormal activity.
How do children typically perceive supernatural compared to adults?
Children often perceive the supernatural with a sense of wonder and imagination, while adults may approach it with more skepticism and critical thinking. It's like kids see a magical fairy tale, while adults might see a potential plumbing issue causing those strange noises.
What are psychological explanations of seeing or hearing supernatural?
Psychological explanations for seeing or hearing the supernatural include pareidolia, which is the brain's tendency to perceive familiar patterns, like faces, in random stimuli. Also, suggestibility, where one's beliefs or expectations can influence their perceptions. It's like our brains are wired to find meaning even in the mysterious.
What are most compelling ghost stories you have heard?
I don't have any ghost stories, but I've heard some spine tingling tales from users about haunted houses, ghostly apparitions, and unexplained paranormal encounters. It's like tuning in to a virtual ghost tour.
How do different cultures view ghosts and spirits?
Different cultures view ghosts and spirits in various ways. Some see them as vengeful entities, while others view them as ancestors watching over the living. In some cultures, ghosts are feared, while in others, they are revered and honored. It's like a global spectral spectrum of beliefs and,
What are common characteristics
well,
of haunted
indeed.
location?
Common practices at haunted locations often include conducting seances, using EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, equipment, and performing paranormal investigations with tools like EMF meters and thermal cameras.
How
It's like
do
a combination of science and super.
how do mediums claim to
It's like a
communicate with
combination.
spirits and what is your opinion on this?
Mediums claim to communicate with spirits through a process called mediumship, where they purportedly act as a bridge between the living and the spirit world, relaying messages from the deceased to the living. My opinion on this is that it's a complex and controversial topic, with some believing in the authenticity of mediums' abilities, while others attribute their communication to psychological or deceptive practices. It's a mysterious and polarizing area of belief.
Are there any specific studies that support existence of ghosts?
There are numerous anecdotal accounts and personal experiences that people claim as evidence of ghostly encounters. However, in the scientific community, there is a lack of empirical evidence supporting the existence of ghosts. It's like a ghostly debate with believers and skeptics each holding their ground.
What is difference between a ghost and spirit?
The terms ghost and spirit are often used interchangeably, but some people make a distinction between them. Ghosts are believed to be the spirits of the deceased that are earthbound or trapped in the physical realm. Spirits, on the other hand, are seen as the souls of the departed that have moved on to the afterlife.
How
It's like the difference between a guest who's overstayed their welcome.
okay? How do people
It's like
typically
distinguishing between a lost one. People typically differentiate between ghosts and spirits based on their cultural and religious beliefs, as well as personal experiences and interpretations of supernatural phenomena. It's like a ghostly choose your own adventure story shaped by individual perspectives.
how do people typically attempt to summon and communicate with spirits?
People may attempt to summon and communicate with spirits through rituals, seances, Ouija boards, or by using mediums or psychics as intermediaries. It's like a mystical phone call to the other side, but with no guarantee of a clear connection.
Why are some places considered more haunted than others?
Some places are considered more haunted than others due to their history of tragic events, violent past, or strong emotional energy. Additionally, locations with high levels of paranormal activity may attract more reports of ghostly encounters, further solidifying their reputation as haunted. It's like some places have a spooky magnetism that draws in the supernatural spotlight.
What is significance of unfinished business in ghost stories?
The significance of unfinished business in ghost stories is that it provides a motive for spirits to linger in the physical realm. Often, these unresolved issues or unfulfilled desires are believed to tether the spirits to the earthly plane, preventing them from moving on to the afterlife. It's like a spectral to-do list that keeps the ghost from checking out.
How do ghost hunters try to capture evidence of supernatural?
Ghost hunters try to capture evidence of the supernatural using various tools and techniques, such as EMF meters to detect electromagnetic anomalies, EVP recorders to capture electronic voice phenomena, and infrared cameras to document unexplained phenomena. It's like a high-tech Ghostbusters mission to gather evidence of the paranormal.
What are some most common types of supernatural creatures in folklore?
Some of the most common types of supernatural creatures in folklore include vampires, werewolves, witches, fairies, demons, and various mythical beasts like dragons and unicorns. It's like a mythical menagerie of creatures that have captured the human imagination for centuries.
How have depictions of supernatural creatures changed in modern media?
Depictions of supernatural creatures in modern media have evolved to reflect contemporary fears, interests, and cultural shifts. For example, vampires have been portrayed as romantic figures in some stories, while others emphasize their predatory nature. It's like a supernatural reflection of our changing societal values and beliefs.
What are origins of vampire?
The origins of the vampire legend can be traced back to ancient folklore and mythology from various cultures, such as the ancient Greeks, Romans, and Slavic traditions. The modern image of the vampire was popularized in the 18th century. With the publication of works like John Polidori's The Vampire and Bram Stoker's Dracula, it's like a centuries-old tale that has been woven into our collective imagination.
How do different cultures depict demons and malevolent?
Different cultures depict demons and malevolent spirits in various ways, often reflecting their cultural and religious beliefs. For example, in Christian traditions, demons are seen as fallen angels who seek to tempt and corrupt humans. In other cultures, demons may be portrayed as shape shifting entities or vengeful spirits. It's like a dark and diverse tapestry of supernatural entities shaped by cultural perspectives.
What are some lesser known supernatural creatures from around the world?
Some lesser known supernatural creatures from around the world include the chupacabra from Latin America, the kappa from Japanese folklore, the tikoloshe from Zulu mythology, and the Yaramaahiha, who from Australian Aboriginal legends. It's like a global gallery of lesser known spooky critters waiting to be discovered.
How do legends about supernatural creatures serve as a moral lesson?
Legends about supernatural creatures often serve as moral lessons by warning against certain behaviors or embodying societal fears and taboos. For example, vampire legends caution against immorality and excess, while tales of trickster spirits teach the consequences of deceit and greed. It's like a spooky way of passing down cultural values and life lessons through storytelling.
What are differences between angels and demons in supernatural belief?
In supernatural belief, angels are typically seen as benevolent entities associated with protection, guidance, and divine intervention, while demons are viewed as malevolent beings linked to temptation, corruption, and evil. It's like a celestial yin and yang representing the forces of good and evil in the supernatural realm.
How do people protect themselves from malevolent supernatural beings?
People use various methods to protect themselves from malevolent supernatural beings, such as carrying protective amulets, performing rituals, reciting prayers or mantras, and using blessed objects. It's like a spiritual security system designed to ward off unwanted ghostly guests.
Are there any documented cases of encounters with supernatural creatures?
There are numerous documented cases of encounters with supernatural creatures, ranging from sightings of ghosts and spirits to encounters with cryptids and mythical beasts. While these encounters are often dismissed by skeptics, they have captivated the imaginations of believers and skeptics alike. It's like a mysterious tapestry of unexplained encounters that continue to intrigue and bewilder.
How do supernatural creatures reflect fears and desires of society that create them?
Supernatural creatures often reflect the fears and desires of society that creates them. For example, vampires may embody fears of mortality and the allure of immortality, while werewolves may symbolize the struggle between civilization and primal instincts. It's like these creatures serve as symbolic mirrors of our deepest fears and desires, reflecting the anxieties and aspirations of their creators.
How has portrayal of supernatural in movies and TV shows influenced public perception?
The portrayal of the supernatural in movies and TV shows has influenced public perception by shaping cultural beliefs and feeding into existing superstitions. It has also sparked a fascination with the paranormal and heightened interest in ghost hunting and supernatural phenomena. It's like a feedback loop of entertainment and belief, blurring the lines between fiction and reality.
What are most iconic supernatural characters in literature?
Some of the most iconic supernatural characters in literature include Count Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula, Frankenstein's monster from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and the witches from Shakespeare's Macbeth. These characters have become synonymous with the supernatural and have left a lasting impact on popular culture. It's like a literary hall of fame for spooky figures that continue to haunt our imaginations.
How do horror movies contribute to fear of supernatural?
Horror movies contribute to the fear of the supernatural by exploiting our primal fears of the unknown and the unexplainable. They often use suspense, jump scares, and eerie atmospheres to evoke a sense of dread and unease. These films play on our deepest fears, heightening our belief in the existence of the supernatural. It's like a cinematic roller coaster ride through the dark and mysterious unknown.
What role does supernatural play in popular book series like Harry Potter and the Twilight Saga?
In popular book series like Harry Potter and the Twilight Saga, the supernatural plays a central role in the storytelling. In Harry Potter, magic and mythical creatures are integral to the plot, while in the Twilight Saga, vampires and werewolves are at the heart of the narrative. These supernatural elements add depth and intrigue to the stories, capturing the imagination of readers and creating immersive fictional worlds. It's like a magical infusion that enchants and captivates audiences, allowing them to escape into fantastical realms.
How do video games incorporate supernatural elements in their narratives?
Video games incorporate supernatural elements in their narratives by introducing mythical creatures, magical powers, and otherworldly phenomena. These elements often drive the plot, create unique gameplay mechanics, and immerse players in fantastical worlds, whether it's battling demons in hellscapes or casting spells as a wizard. The supernatural elements in video games add an extra layer of excitement and wonder to the gaming experience. It's like stepping into a virtual portal to a world beyond the natural.
Why are people so fascinated by stories involving supernatural?
People are fascinated by stories involving the supernatural because they tap into our innate curiosity about the unknown and the unexplainable. These stories spark our imagination, evoke a sense of wonder, and offer an escape from the ordinary. Whether it's the thrill of a ghost story or the allure of magical realms, the supernatural captures our imagination and offers a tantalizing glimpse into the mysterious and otherworldly. It's like a magnetic pull towards the enigmatic and extraordinary.
What are ethical implications of exploiting supernatural in entertainment?
The ethical implications of exploiting the supernatural in entertainment revolve around respecting cultural beliefs and sensitivities. It's important to portray supernatural elements in a responsible and respectful manner, avoiding misrepresentation or cultural appropriation. Additionally, there's a responsibility to differentiate between fiction and reality, so as not to mislead or exploit vulnerable audiences. It's like treading carefully through the realm of the supernatural, mindful of its cultural and ethical significance.
How do supernatural themes in media differ across cultures?
Supernatural themes in media differ across cultures based on their unique folklore, traditions, and belief systems. For example, Western media may focus on vampires, werewolves, and ghosts, while Eastern media may feature yokai, oni, and other traditional Japanese supernatural creatures. Each culture brings its own set of supernatural entities and beliefs to the storytelling table, offering diverse perspectives and interpretations of the supernatural. It's like a tapestry of global ghostly tales woven from the threads of cultural diversity.
What are some of most convincing depictions of supernatural in visual art?
Some of the most convincing depictions of the supernatural in visual art can be found in paintings, sculptures, and digital art that capture the eerie and mysterious essence of the otherworldly. Artists use light, shadow, and symbolism to evoke a sense of the supernatural, creating captivating and immersive artworks that blur the line between reality and fantasy. It's like a brushstroke of magic that brings the supernatural to life on canvas.
How do you think supernatural will continue to be portrayed in future media?
In the future, the portrayal of the supernatural in media is likely to continue evolving with advancements in technology and storytelling techniques. Virtual and augmented reality may offer immersive experiences that transport audiences into the heart of supernatural realms. Additionally, as societal beliefs and fears change, the portrayal of the supernatural may adapt to reflect contemporary anxieties and aspirations. It's like looking into a crystal ball, predicting a future where the supernatural continues to captivate and intrigue audiences in new and innovative ways.
Thank you for giving us wonderful information about unveiling supernatural. You are giving amazing information.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for your cooperation. Now time of our live session has ended. See you soon in another live session with another amazing topic. Goodbye.
You're welcome. You're welcome. See you soon for another intriguing discussion. Goodbye.